It's time. Lock, load, put on your Infinity Gauntlet and grab your lightsaber. This is Nerd Talk. Presented by Webeam TV. In the early part of the 20th century, how was man to know that we were being watched by cold and calculating eyes from a planet 40 million miles away? Welcome to Nerd Talk.
Nerd Talk.
It's kind of like the intro to War of the Worlds, you know, 1938 version, Orson Welles. Love that thing.
Well, hello, everybody.
By the way,
Hi.
hi.
How you
Hi.
doing?
How was your weekend?
Who?
Either one.
Weekend.
It was
Weekend.
good. It was good. Spent the time with the girlie and the baby. And did we do anything?
That's cool.
We did something Sunday. Oh, we went Oldsmar Flea Market because it was nice, perfect weather.
Oh, yeah.
The weather has been perfect. So it's
Yeah.
like, let's go
Friday
Oldsmar, walk
wasn't.
around.
I used to have a Harry Potter booth there. God, I have great memories.
I love Oldsmar.
Yeah.
Wagon
It's-
Wheel was cool, too, until they closed that one.
Yeah. Wagon Wheel, and the one up here was in Newport Richey.
Yeah, I remember.
I mean, electrical code problems. They had
So
to
the one
shut
in
it
Newport
down.
Richey,
But
And
it
then
was
some.
just neat because it had so many like alleys. And
I worked that one
back
because the magic
everything.
shop, we had a booth there for a while.
Oh, cool. Yep.
So that was always
So,
fun.
$1 in the jar. Her phone went off. No, this is, what'd you do this weekend?
I had a family reunion.
Really?
Yeah, we had 50 relatives coming in from all over the country to kind of celebrate Thanksgiving early because nobody can make it Thanksgiving weekend because of other plans. So I had relatives in from California, Indiana, Illinois,
Wow,
Tennessee.
who coordinated all their travel? I'm getting you to plug
Yeah, I
Ingenious
appreciate
Travel.
that. But it was not me, unfortunately. People were coming in from all over and staying different amounts of time, and so they
Yep.
did it pretty much coordinated themselves. But kudos to my cousins because they're the ones who organized it,
Mm-hmm.
and we had a blast. Friday, my cousin took his daughter. They're in from Northwest Indiana. They went to Disney, diehard Star Wars fans.
Oh, yeah.
What happened on Friday? It poured.
The storm.
We had
I
like,
had-
typhoon weather on Friday, so
Oh,
they
I'll still
froze.
be-
I had
Disney,
the
I don't
same
care.
thing happen. We went there for my birthday, and we had a monsoon. It was incredible. I mean, every photo I have is just us in the rain. People were all crowded into that big tunnel at the entrance. I mean, the whole park, everybody was running from door to door, canopy to canopy. It was all day.
Just put a poncho on and enjoy your day.
Well, and
Just
that's what
go.
they did. But my cousin is 6'4". He's a big guy. And he's just like, I'm dying in this poncho. He was sending pictures and texting all afternoon. If not for my daughter, I would not be here. If not for my daughter, I would not be here. And she had a blast. So
Oh, yeah.
it was
Oh,
well
yeah.
worth it.
How old's the daughter?
11.
Oh, my God. Perfect age.
So-
Absolutely perfect.
So sad news came out this morning.
Really?
Yeah, who
Which
passed
sad
away?
news?
Dean Stockwell.
No.
Yes, he
Yeah,
passed
85
away.
years old.
Oh.
Quantum Leap.
And they were
original
just about to
Dune.
reboot Quantum Leap.
Yeah.
And he and Sam were going to be back in it again, I thought. There was something about the two of them,
Yeah.
you know, being back in it themselves.
Because that's where I became a fan of him was Quantum Leap. Then he
course.
was in Beverly Hills Cop 2.
Yeah, I don't. Sorry.
I
Contemporary
like that.
stuff. Never
Someone's
watched
like,
it.
oh, he was in Dune. I never watched the original Dune. So.
Oh, my God,
He
yeah.
was Dr. Yui.
Wow, he was Dr. Huey. That's
Yeah.
right. Holy
so-
crap. I totally forgot about that.
But yeah.
Yeah, okay. He just went like way up on the cool list. Dean, we're going to miss you, buddy.
Yeah, he was also in the reboot of Battlestar Galactica. He played Dr. Cavill, I believe, or John Cavill, I think was his character
Yeah.
name.
Wow.
He's
If I
been in a
remember
lot of
correctly.
stuff.
Yeah, he's...
Especially for the nerd world, he's been in a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been in a lot of sci-fi. That's cool. But it's not cool that he's gone.
No.
So we lose another one.
We
But
still
that's
have
what
Betty
happens.
White. So I'm good.
Yeah, what
We still
is
have
up
Betty White.
with that?
Turning
I'm
100 years
sorry.
old, we still have her alive and kicking. She's going strong.
Somebody posted something about how, you know, if George Washington is the father of the country, you know, who's the mother? I wrote back Betty White because she was in the same, you know, sewing group as Betsy Ross. Betty White because her maiden name was Ross, you know, that kind of thing.
She's going to outlive all of us.
Yeah. So,
We got a lot to talk about.
all right. Yeah, let's get right into it. We begin with Doctor Who.
Who?
Yes. Which, I mean, we've all been so excited that, you know, Who's coming back as showrunner now?
Russell Davies.
Russell Davies, okay. That's going to be great. Really excited about that. We don't know who the new Doctor is going to be yet.
No, and I mean, it's very exciting that Russell Davies is coming back because he's the one who brought it back in 2005. He was
Exactly.
the showrunner.
Yep.
However,
What?
okay, so BBC had a partnership with, was it Bad Wolf Productions?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, now it's rumored that they're going to be bought out by Sony. And so the question is...
Bad Wolf is going to be bought out by Sony?
Yes.
Oh, crap.
So if that happens, what is then going to happen with the show? There's a lot of controversy around the storyline for the last couple of years, which no fault to Jodie Whittaker. She was a great doctor.
No, she's amazing.
But having said that, what's it going to look like now if there's a big studio that comes in and takes over? How much creative license is, Russell T. Davies going to have?
I mean, and are we going to lose that campy BBC flavor?
Very possibly.
I mean, where you've got little black boxes are your props for the whole show, but there's a million of them.
Right.
I mean, the digital effects that are just taking the place of practical because they can't afford practical.
Yeah, I mean, I think we might lose it. They're going to try and compete with the other streaming channels, and I don't know if that's really the show for it. There's a reason I think Doctor Who was successful, and if we tamper with that formula, it's going to kill it.
I agree. Yeah, you can't go you can't go Marvel on this. Okay,
No.
This is not a Marvel property, and so if they try to turn the Doctor into an action hero, this is toast.
Yeah,
This
I
is
agree.
absolutely toast.
But
So,
on a positive note,
on a positive note,
I heard that Matt Smith may be coming back for the 60th anniversary. So for those of you who like
it's not
Doctor
his
Number 11,
60th anniversary.
No.
That would be another 45 years. But
yes,
yes.
the show's 60th anniversary. So
Yeah.
for those of you who like, for me, I love the Pond storyline with him and
Oh my
River.
God, yes.
One of my favorite Doctors. So
Yeah. Which I would love to see River Phoenix come back as the Doctor. I still think that would be
River
amazing.
Phoenix?
River, isn't he dead?
he is. He died.
I'm
like
sorry,
in
not
90s.
River Phoenix. You know who I
I
mean.
say he died
Alex
when I was a kid.
Kingston as River
Yes.
Song.
River Song, thank you.
I
Yes.
was like, wait a minute.
I did that last
but
week too.
with all
It's
the
twice
AI,
I've done that in a week.
With all the AI, River Phoenix could come back.
Yeah.
You are absolutely true. So yes, there you have that. So if you want to see River Phoenix as the
I'm
next,
down for it.
as,
Why not?
as the next Doctor,
He'll be the youngest Doctor then.
posthumous Doctor. So there we have that. So that's what's going on there. Now, next on the list is another thing that, you know what, at first blush is like, oh, that's a cool idea. And then when you actually turn up the lights a little bit, like they are here in the studio, it just kind of goes away as like, should they really be doing this? And where the hell are they going to take it?
Well, let's first talk about what this is.
Yes.
Well, yes, they should be doing it, but let's talk first.
Yes.
So we're talking about Gal Gadot being in the Evil Queen in the
Yes,
remake of
please.
Snow White in a live-action
She is
film.
gorgeous.
So she's played the good girl or the hero in a lot of what she's been involved with. This is going to
Yeah,
change it.
Wonder Woman, basically. Yeah.
Fast and the
I
Furious.
was
time.
going to say, yeah, she was in Fast and Furious too.
Yeah, sorry. Nothing I would ever
She also
watch.
played a hitman in a Netflix movie.
Really?
Zach Galifianakis, whatever his name
Did.
is.
I can't remember.
I can't
the
remember the
movie.
name of the
Well,
show.
we'll have to watch for that
But
one.
it was
But-
actually really good.
And she was a voice too in what's his name breaks the internet.
Wreck-It
Wreck-It
Ralph.
Ralph.
Yeah, thank
Wreck-It
you.
Ralph. Okay.
I
So,
completely
yeah, so she's got a little range, but it's not really her that might be the issue. First of all, she's technically a Middle Easterner. Okay,
Yes.
she's Israeli. So, and you've got a great villain. So you're taking, a Disney movie, and who's the villain? Somebody who's not white. In a movie where, oh well,
Historically.
whatever.
Well, at that
we'll
time
just
period when the
stay there.
cartoon was made, that's what
Right.
it was.
Right.
When Disney put out racist stuff.
But then,
Well, regardless, I mean,
sort
that
of.
was the time period. That was what they did.
It was culturally appropriate at the time,
Right.
And which is unfortunate. But we've learned and we moved on. But that doesn't mean we have to erase it either. But on the other hand, here you have a storyline that really does not lend itself to empowerment in any way, shape, or form. It really casts, your lead character, Snow White, as a completely passive protagonist in so many ways. I mean, she gets kicked out, she gets, whatever, and she gets easily tricked, and she's shacking up with 7 dwarves, whatever. Okay, I mean, she has to have a man in
Snow
her
White's
life.
so bad.
And
She's got
then
7 to start with.
She's
yeah,
very
really.
codependent.
Yeah, she's codependent. And I'm needy, I'm greedy, I'm wanty,
I'm sleepy.
so I'm hungry. So you've got all that, but then you take it a step further, and there is some interesting talk out there that they're going to use this as an opportunity to flip the script.
Yes.
Which I don't see why not. Look at Maleficent. We didn't have an actual story for her.
No, it's one thing to flip the script. It's another thing to take the person that was your good guy and make him into the villain. Okay, even if you look at, and that's one of the things they're talking about. What if they make the prince into the bad guy? The guy that, basically does some unsolicited...
Kiss her without permission?
Yeah, kissing her without permission, okay? Kissing an unconscious woman without permission, okay? I mean, there's some issues there, okay? Generally, you wait until you have drugs and do that behind a dumpster.
Jeez.
God! Who the hell just said that? Get him off the show. But in this case, it is do we need to flip the script like that? Now, look carefully, because if you look at Wicked, that was probably the most successful script flip in the history of ever. And not the book. Don't read the book, okay? Go watch the musical. And
there was a book?
Yeah,
no.
it's based on a book.
No.
I just knew it was a musical.
It was based
That's all
on
I care
a
about.
tiny piece of the premise of the book. The book itself is no.
Yeah, the book's about this thick.
And it's god-awful. There are just so many elements in it that never go anywhere. But don't worry about it. That's not the point. The point is they flipped it well. But it wasn't because they made Dorothy the bad guy. And it wasn't because they made Glinda the bad guy. And it wasn't because they even made the wizard a bad guy. Everybody was doing their best at doing what they thought was right. But it completely flipped the narrative. And Dorothy, who is actually our protagonist, albeit a little bit of a passive one, okay, in the original show, they don't do anything with her. She doesn't even make an appearance in Wicked.
No.
And so her character is exactly what you imagine her character was in your own mind. This is everything that was going on around her. Okay. So unless they're going to leave Snow White out of this, which would be a little weird.
See, it could be just an origin story how she
White.
became the evil queen.
Yeah.
And
that's what we got with Maleficent.
There
we
is
got
no
the
Snow
whole
White.
origin.
Yeah. There is no Snow White in Snow White?
Right.
There's no there? Okay, all right, yeah.
I'm interested when it comes out. Definitely once
I
they start
will
filming
be
and
watching
get
a
the
little bit
trailer.
more, check out the trailers, and hopefully they won't be just using it as an opportunity to virtue signal.
Okay.
That's
well,
really my big worry, is it's just going to be, here they're going to make something again, flip the narrative, flip the genders or whatever, okay, and give somebody a secondhand, character in order to...
But why even remake it? Why don't you move on from it? Because
Exactly.
that seems to be a pattern Disney's following.
Because people want the backstory of the villains now. People are asking for that, especially with...
Well, you get people who grew up with this stuff.
Yeah,
okay?
and then you get success
And
they had with...
They now have spending money.
the,
so we're going to give
the
them what
movie
they ask.
Descendants. That had such a huge success for the kids of the villains. They're like, okay, now let's work on the backstory of the actual villains and why did they become a villain.
Well, okay.
Okay.
And I have no problem if they want to
Yep.
develop the backstory like that, but
Yep.
don't call it Snow White.
Yeah. Call it Evil Queen. Okay, because that's who she was. That's her name. Do we even know her name? I think she has a name. It's... Yes.
I just keep
Yes,
thinking of
she
Once
does.
Upon a Time that aired, that TV show.
Yeah. No, she had a name. I can't put my finger on it right now.
We'll
But-
see what they actually call it when they actually start working on it.
All right.
Because right now it's still...
You move
just
on to the
Snow
next
White.
one, and I'm going to interrupt you with the name of the queen
Okay.
from Snow White.
So Stranger Things dropped a trailer recently.
A weird trailer at that.
It was actually really good, but we're going to wait till the end for that, aren't we?
Yes. Yeah,
so
we're gonna
let's
hold
start.
that one.
Let's go to my next thing. This made me happy. Did y'all ever watch 10 years ago when it ended, Dexter?
No.
Nope.
Oh my God. So I didn't watch it when it first came on. My friend's like, oh, watch it. And like 6 years ago, I finally watched it on Netflix and binged the whole series, all 8 seasons, I think. And it was great because you have this Miami CSI agent that's killing bad people. He's just
Yeah, spoilers for anybody who hasn't seen it.
yeah, if you haven't seen it, tough. But it was great. Great storylines throughout every season. John Lithgow had a great season. He played as a serial killer. But the whole time Dexter Morgan sees his dead father or adopted father with him, and his father taught him everything, how to be the correct serial killer, how to get away with it. So the season ended very shitty.
I heard that.
Everybody agrees the season, how it ended, sucked. Well, now they decided a year ago, hey, we're coming back, and we'll revive it properly. So the original creators are back on it. The first episode came out Sunday, and oh my God, it's just like the original. The same formula. They kept everything good. So it starts off, you see him out in the woods hunting. You don't know he's hunting for a person or an animal yet. You just see him running out. He's moved to some farm country up north in like the outskirts of New York area. Then he goes get ready to take a shot to kill a white buck, and he decides not to. Then find out what's been going on the past 10 years. He goes back to his log cabin. Now, instead of his father being the person talking to him, it's his sister, because sadly they killed her off in the last season. So not even a ghost, just his imaginary sister is there. They hold conversations. Then later in the episode, you start seeing someone following him. He's like, who is this following me? Goes from his past, ends up being his son, grown up like 16 years old, I think now, 17. So he ignores his son at first. He's like, I'm not who you think I am, because he changed his name and everything. But then he comes find out, he's like, oh, let me actually go be the father I need to be and raise him. Then there's finally, near the end, we get his first kill. His bloodlust came back.
So he's going to pass on the tradition that was
That's what
given
we're
to
thinking.
him?
We don't know, because he doesn't communicate with his son, septum back, till after he does the murder. The guy was a total jerk that he killed, deserved it. And what caused it was he was about to kill a buck. Then he's like, no. And he walked up, and the buck was about to come, like, touch his hand. Then out of nowhere, someone shot the buck. And he was right there, blood all over him. The jerk from earlier in the episodes all, oh, I almost shot you. And then he just knocked him clean cold. Took him back and found out the reason he was killing him was because this kid's past killed 8 people on a boat, I think, several years earlier, and got away with it. So he's back killing bad people again. It's great.
Oh, it's like a not paranormal supernatural.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
It's good to see it back. The original formula, everything looks good. So
Well,
I'm
I
happy to
hope it
watch
stays that way. I had some cousins talking about it over the weekend, and they have mixed feelings about it. Because
It was
they were
good.
so disappointed in that last season that
So
they're willing to try it.
Watch it on
but-
Netflix. Watch every season but the last one. You can watch the last one just so you know why it's so shitty. But how they did the new season, I'm happy with.
Cool.
It just sucks I have to wait a week for the next episode.
I'm going to drag us back to Snow White for a minute because I just found out something really cool. The Evil Queen.
Annabelle.
Okay, no, actually, in early publicity material and so on, just like early scripts, things like that, her name was Grimhilda. Queen Grimhilda.
So was that Disney's version or
yes,
the original
no,
fairy
Disney's
tale?
version.
Okay.
And, original scripts, early marketing material. But here's the cool thing, and I think I know why Walt did it. Okay, this was their first full-length
Movie,
okay?
yeah.
It was also the first time Disney ever really created an irredeemable villain. And so I think what Walt did, he pulled it back and he squashed all naming of her so that she was not actually a real person. She was a villain, 100% villain. And he didn't even want her to have a name. So they crushed the whole naming paradigm with her, and just let her be Evil Queen, the Wicked Queen, whatever it was. Okay, anything but a human. So she's
Interesting.
not supposed to have a backstory. Yeah. She's just evil.
Interesting.
Yeah. So now that's my theory on why, but I've studied Walt a lot, and I understand some of his thinking, and that seems very reasonable for something he would have done. He would not want to humanize a villain, okay,
Especially
to make
for the
them
time.
sympathetic.
Yeah.
Exactly. So there you go. That's my theory, and you can take that to the bank and walk out with nothing anyway. But there you go.
And we'll see if your prediction comes true.
Yeah, we will. So now we got to kind of crank here. We're really going slow. This stuff's cool. Go ahead. What's next?
Patty Jenkins, we talked about earlier when it was announced, Rogue Squadron. The movie's been put on hiatus now.
Do we know why?
Indefinitely, I've heard.
Yeah, there's not much reasoning still. I know she's working on Cleopatra, starring Gail Gadot as well. So she's working with her for that. So who knows if that's actually ever going to come back.
Okay,
Wow.
that
And it
teaser,
sucks because I was waiting for that.
the teaser for it was pretty cool. At the end, I don't know if you guys saw the video teaser that she did talking about it initially.
Oh,
Where-
when they first started
Yeah.
talking about the movie, yeah.
How
Yeah.
she's in the Rebel fighter suit and she walks towards the next wing.
Yeah. Yeah, it was very cool stuff.
So they
And
said if it does
so
come
we'll see what
out, we're
happens.
looking at the earliest 2023.
Yeah, 23,
Well,
which isn't
but-
bad. I mean,
No,
that's only
but
14
that's
months
if
away.
they decide to
Yeah.
do it.
They'll greenlight it.
Okay, so like last week, Mark was pretty much giving us a full calendar of when each Disney production was going to be aired, and when it was going to start and everything. So, having said that, they've got a pretty full calendar as it is. So it's not necessarily a bad thing if it gets pushed back a little bit. I think
It'd
it'll
be
probably
higher
fall
quality.
right
Yeah.
into line with what they're doing.
Yep. Okay, let's move on now. Are we going to watch a trailer or what? Are we going to watch this one now or watch it later?
We can watch it now.
The
If he's got it
Ghostbusters?
ready.
Yeah.
Can we watch Ghostbusters real quick, Rob?
Rob, have we got that one available?
I'm excited for this.
All right. This one,
Because who
I mean,
comes
look,
back?
I've been waiting 40 years.
This is the best
Okay.
trailer they put out so far.
So, roll it.
I remember Revelations. And I looked as he opened the sixth seal.
Oh, God. Lights green,
There was a
traps
great
green.
earthquake.
Lights not green.
Judgment Day.
Did you guys notice that
Oh,
is also in Stranger Things?
Yeah.
my. Yeah.
Raise a cult.
Oh,
I'm
no.
calling about what happened
It's a
in New
dog.
York.
Back.
There hasn't been
Phone
a
call,
ghost sighting in
he's
30
calling
years.
Somebody about what happened in New York. Those are so cute.
Yeah, but do you know what they remind me of for Doctor Who fans? Does that remind you of the adipose?
The adipose, yes.
What is happening
Yes,
here?
absolutely. And you know what? They are
grandfather
just
was a
pre-digestive
Ghostbuster.
adipose.
Something was coming and he knew it.
It's true. It's true.
Now here comes the
Open
best.
the gates of hell.
But guess who else is back?
No way.
Have you
Yes.
missed this?
You hear his voice. You don't see either of their two faces, but you know who they are.
His voice. Who do you hear?
Bill
I missed it.
Murray.
Bill? Okay.
He's in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then
Yeah.
you see Bill. You see when
Yep.
they come back.
Well, Bill and Dan are the only ones still
Yeah.
alive, right?
No, Ernie
no,
Hudson.
no, Ernie Hudson.
Ernie Hudson's still
Yeah,
alive.
Ernie's there.
We don't
Yeah.
know if he's
Sorry.
in it because we only see.
Still losing
Two of
Aegon.
them.
He
people.
is in it. And they also brought back Sigourney Weaver and
Yes, I heard about that.
Oh, Annie Potts.
Oh.
Who played her?
Annie, Janine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, if you watch the Supernatural one, that was actually played by Castiel, did Janine's role.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's hysterical. He's so good. Ghostbusters, what do you want? I mean, so.
But it looks like one of the kids, his father is Harold Ramis's character.
Yeah, he does look like
So-
Harold Ramis there. So
Because
that's
he
all.
mentions my father was a Ghostbuster.
No, that'll be cool. That'll be good.
Well, my
wait.
father was a 7-star general. You go ahead and have your delusions, kid. All right. Now, this is an interesting one. We're going to touch on this one real quick. I just saw this in a Quora forum, and I wanted to bring it up. Everybody talks about Lord of the Rings, and everybody talks about how, you know, the biggest plot hole in the movies, or in the book, is that they didn't just take the eagles and fly, okay, to drop the ring off, and you're done. They actually came up with a really good reason for it in this article, and I really want to applaud it. And that is, and it really fits in with the thinking, and that is that every major race, every major anything that could have been a threat to Sauron was being watched very, very closely. And so the eagles, which could put up a fight against, you know, the Ringwraith's mounts. What are those again?
I don't remember.
I can't remember. Okay, right off the top of my head.
The
But,
Nazguls?
well, yeah, the Nazgul's main ride. Okay, they're dragon rides. Okay, the eagles could fight them, and they could fight the eagles. And so the eagles were probably being watched. He knew they were Gandalf's allies, And that if they were going to try and make a break with the ring, they'd probably use the Eagles. Wouldn't that just make more sense?
How would anybody ride it while fighting?
Well, they no Hobbit could ever stay on, okay? But the point being, they wouldn't have to fight. They just fly over all the fighting. That's the point. And you can put a harness on an eagle. You just wrap it around the wings. So in this case, not using the eagles was actually a distraction, keeping Sauron's eye off the target and sending a little hobbit, okay, to run across the landscape and show up there. And that's really what was going on. So the eagles come out at the end to help support it because Sauron's eye was now pointed straight down watching the damned hobbit with the ring. So that's the explanation for that plot hole. It fits within the four corners of the book, and so I'm totally okay with it. I just wanted to lay that out there. So, boom.
Well,
now
I think you see that in story after story, though, too, where it's the little guy that gets through. It's the unexpected one, not something you planned for.
Yeah. And, I mean, unfortunately, you also see the common element with wizards is that they go, oh, gee, you're not very important. You're highly insignificant. Let me manipulate you and everything into doing what I think has to happen in the world. Cue Dumbledore's theme, okay, at this point.
True.
And so you got Gandalf doing the exact same thing with the hobbits. And, I mean, I have now, on thinking about that, I've renamed him Harry Pawner because he's just a pawn being moved around the table, as are the hobbits, as are the dwarves. Everybody's just a pawn in Gandalf's game.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with Dumbledore. So,
Now
boom!
Let's go to space.
Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of SpaceX. A 20-hour flight without a bathroom.
So they have to wear
Boom.
Depends.
Yes. I guess there was a malfunction with the onboard. No? No. No. So apparently there was not. Is there a bathroom on the shuttle?
There's supposed to be some kind of toilet system.
Bathroom system on the return capsule.
Okay.
But it's out of order. They have a little out of order sign, I'm hoping, hung up, and they got where it depends.
So, you know what? You hold it for 20 hours. Good luck. It wasn't like they didn't know going into it that there was a problem with it. So, just don't drink before you
Imagine how
leave.
smelly that capsule's going to be.
Why? No, as soon as you get the crew off, the smell goes with them.
Yeah.
Depends. So there you have it. That's how you clear the president's
But-
office
Bad.
anyway. Okay.
200-day flight they were in.
Yeah, 20 hours. What's that? Oh, yeah,
200
they'd
day
been
flight.
up for 200 days.
Yeah.
So my first thought was, you're up there that long, maybe they needed to wear Depends because, they'd been out of gravity for too long. But whatever. Let's move on because, honestly, that topic stinks.
So Mario Kart to gaming news. Well, after this.
Nerd. And we're back.
So gaming news. This is fun news. So Mario Kart. Have y'all played any of that?
Not since,
Earlier versions.
like 2002 or something, yeah.
So for the longest time, the Wii version sold 37.38 million copies. Mario Kart 8 for the Switch has sold 38.74 million. It's the biggest selling game they have now.
Now, is that the biggest game ever, or is that just the biggest Mario Kart ever?
Biggest game for Nintendo.
Okay, biggest Nintendo game
Yeah.
ever. Wow.
Best
You know-
selling game, and it's actually, no, it's biggest game for Mario Kart, yeah.
So basically, it boils down to 1 out of 9 Americans bought it.
Pretty
It's a great
much.
game.
Yeah. And that's if nobody else in the world bought it. So just
Yeah.
want to put things in perspective. 38 million sounds like a lot, but
I
that's
think
only
we're
1
gonna
out of
bring
9
it-
Americans if nobody else in any other country ever participated.
So a while
but
ago,
still,
like
that's pretty
when way back episode 150-ish, around there, we talked about playing a game called Don't Drink and Drive. And it's Mario Kart. The object is you
never
have a
played that
glass
game.
of alcohol here, and you cannot drink it while you're driving. So you have to finish that before the game's over, before you do all your laps, but you have to stop your car to drink.
Pit stop.
Yes. So you can either chug it all in the beginning, then start driving, or start driving, get a far enough lead. You think you might have a lead, stop, drink, keep going.
Oh,
But your car has to be
that's-
dead stopped.
Wow,
You
that
still
sounds like-
need to play that
That sounds like
sometime.
fun. That sounds like
It
a
does
really good
sound like
drinking
fun.
game. I could actually get into that one. That would be a blast because I would just stop the whole time. I don't care if I win.
Just keep giving more
Bring
alcohol.
it. Here we go.
But yeah, so I'm excited. I have Mario Kart. And I love it.
Look, product placement, kombucha.
See, so I tried that recently, and it was
It
weird.
depends on which one.
I don't
Okay.
remember which
This-
one. It was
yeah,
one
there's
from
a lot of
Publix.
weird ones, like
So
ginger.
I didn't read the
ginger
instructions
plum,
ahead
and so
of
on.
time that said "do not shake."
Oh crap! Yeah, it's
It will
it is very
explode.
effervescent. No, this is pineapple peach. I also do a tart cherry. Those are my two favorites. I always buy those. I buy them in pairs, and I just stock the refrigerator with them. I mean, first of all, yes, I could drink a Guinness like this. It has 153 calories. In a 12-ounce bottle of Guinness, this is 15.2 ounces with 60 calories in it. Hello.
What's the sugar and carbs in it?
Let me see. Total carbs are 16 grams of carbs and 16 grams of sugar, so it's 100% there. Okay, but yeah, it's a phenomenal drink. 0 grams of protein. Yes, but if you're going to drink anything, at least it's healthy to a certain extent. So, having said none of that, now
All right, let's move
this
across
is
the
funny.
globe
Yes.
to China.
No, let's not go to China. Let's go to Hogwarts.
All right.
Okay? Hogwarts in
Hogwarts is fun.
Scotland, where it's always cold, and it's like the summertime high is like 58, and the snow in the winter is unstoppable, and Hogwarts is right there in the middle of it. And imagine Hogwarts having to have a snow day. Huh? Yep, there you go. Hogwarts was actually shut down because it snowed too much.
Yeah, well,
Now go ahead,
when
Maria.
it started.
Now give the context.
All right, I'm originally from Detroit. We get snow, right?
Yeah, well, the dinosaurs are all hibernating.
Well, they are.
Yeah.
They are. But so they got I think it was 1.8 inches of snow, and it shut them down. Now, granted, other parts of Beijing got over a foot of snow. I get you need to shut it down. You're not prepared for it, and for anybody who has lived in a snowy climate, you cannot drive in that without having it plowed, etc. Sand, salt, whatever. You can't drive in it.
1.8
So-
inches. The problem with that is you compress it with your tires. And that turns it,
It
into,
turns
ice.
it into ice.
Okay, so then you need to salt it. Depends on the temperature. If it's above 20 degrees, you can salt. If it's below 20 degrees, you
Sand.
got to sand.
No.
So, but these guys don't have that equipment.
Well, no. Now, the thing is, though, you would like to think, anyway, that they could run things indoors for those who are already there. But
But
liability,
they don't want anybody slipping and falling.
no. No, and it was funny because I did see a news clip about this where it was showing how severe the winds were. Wow. The sidewalk was all icy, and it showed this dad and his son literally standing and being pushed by the wind, just sliding across.
Been there, done that. Yeah.
You know, the
I'm
sidewalk.
from New England, okay? And so these are just horror stories from my youth. But in this case, this is like Georgia, apparently. If you get 1.8 inches, you're done.
Shuts everything down.
Shut everything down. And it's for good reason.
Sure.
They don't have the equipment.
Right.
You have to sand. You have to salt. And how many stockpiles of salt are there in Georgia? Apparently about the same amount as there are in Beijing, which is where this was that Universal Studios.
However, on a positive note, if they're getting this kind of snow now, they're hosting the Winter Olympics in February. It's going to be great for skiing.
There you have it. Always a bright side. Always look on the bright
Side of life.
Speaking of bright side, here's kind of a cool thing. This coming weekend, I think it is.
Friday the 12th.
Friday the 12th. Check this out. If you are at Disney World and you're staying in one of the resorts or anything there, and you have Disney Plus subscription, you get an extra 30 minutes in the park. You get early access in the mornings, and if you've ever been there for that, you know how freaking important that is.
All right, hold on. So if you're already staying at the park, you get in an hour early.
Yes. Yep.
Yes.
Not anymore.
No,
Yes,
for this day
you
you do.
still are.
Oh,
You
for
get
that day
you
you
get
do.
an additional 30 minutes.
You get 30 in addition
Yeah,
to the...
so you
wow,
get
so you get 90 minutes.
Okay, so that's what I want to clarify,
Wow.
because right now I know you're already
Yeah.
getting an hour in.
No, I didn't even know they were doing the early access
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah, they're doing an
Okay.
additional 30 minutes for those who are staying on property. for
On
Disney.
property
So you
and
get an
have
hour and a
the
half
Disney Plus
earlier now.
subscription.
Yep.
Wow, that's awesome. Because, I mean, look, if you get a chance, I mean, 90 minutes, you can get on 2 or 3 rides, okay, if the lines are not obscene. So you can slam. Imagine being...
Get in there and get on the Star Wars ride first.
Yes,
Exactly.
yes.
But the
Exactly.
key is you still have
Do
to
Rise of the
book your
Resistance.
reservation to go to Disney for your first park before you can park hop.
Yes, exactly.
So-
So there you go. That's fun. But that's a nice little, pre-Black Friday. I'm just learning how to use this mouth. And so I think that's kind of cool that they did that. And it's a neat way to pump up the subscription base as well. And I always look at things like this as being really good examples of how to do good marketing. And
Yeah.
Disney does it best. So,
And I know they got a lot coming out. They announced the last Marvel movie that came out,
Shang-Chi is
Comes out
opening on the
tomorrow.
12th as well.
The 11th.
It said the 12th on my computer screen this morning.
Okay.
Yeah, because what they're doing
Yes.
is they're also releasing a number of different things
Yes.
as an anniversary gift for those who are Disney Plus subscribers.
Yes.
And some
So-
movies are going to have the IMAX version, I guess, on there. They're doing the ratio for that.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
Jungle
Plus.
Cruise is another one that's on there.
Jungle Cruise was a good
Yeah.
movie.
I love it.
That was a really good movie.
Interestingly, nothing. I've lost it. I was going to say something fun. Now let's go on to something a little bit
So,
not
Sad.
so fun.
all right. So first, to put the backstory, this past weekend we had Travis Scott's festival, Astro World, and some tragedy happened. 8 people were killed. Many people are still in the hospital. A kid that was on his father's shoulders were trampled. It sucks. The whole thing was sad. It shouldn't have happened. But
Do we know what caused it?
Travis Scott?
How did he do it? What happened?
Well, he's been known in the past to kind of incite riots at his festivals, as concerts. But yeah, basically what Dylan just yelled, he can't control people. Right when he was about to come on set, people jumped the fences, like security fences, broke into the festival. Everybody bum rushed the stage, not caring about anything. People got trampled. His fans were standing on the ambulance, not letting the ambulance out with the injured people. It was just a mess. And then you see footage of him on this like weird podium thing, just dancing, doing the robot, ignoring what's going on. And you can see in the video, 30 feet away is the medics tending to someone that got trampled. And there was one video of someone they were carrying his body surfing, but it was the dead body. It was horrible. 32 lawsuits have been filed that we know of, and the insurance that they have only cover like 20-something million. So,
Well,
but
yeah.
the whole point of this was Fortnite, a big popular game. I don't play it. I don't like it, but you can buy skins in a game and everything. And Travis Scott was a character in there for his skin. They pulled everything related to him out because of what happened.
And it is interesting. Where does the liability lie on something like this?
So that's what
if you put up fences and you don't do anything to actually incite it, you don't call for it. You say, "Hey, I want this to be a peaceful and patriotic festival." I'm
So
not responsible
that
for
brings
what
up.
happens.
So that's interesting you say that because
Familiar about that.
there's other concerts where people have fell and they'll stop the concert to say, "Hey, pick them up."
Yeah, make sure they're okay.
Yeah. So is Travis responsible to a point? Yes. One, not as a musician for performing, but it was his festival. He ran it. He put his
Yeah.
own money up. It's similar to the situation we have with the Baldwin with the gun issue a few weeks ago.
Unrest.
Which he was.
Yeah,
a
and he's
producer.
also the producer. So even though they're going after the person that took care of the guns, because initially it was her fault, she had issues in other movies that
Yeah.
she almost shot people, but they can still sue him because he was the producer on it.
Right.
So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I think the only reason Travis Scott's popular is because he's the baby daddy for one of the Kardashian things. I don't know anything. Yeah, it's
I
a Kardashian thing.
Don't know anything about them either.
One of them had a kid with him. Who knows?
I loved
But-
them in Star Trek. They were the bad guys in Deep Space Nine, remember? Kardashians. That's all I know about it. That's all I got.
But let's go to better news.
Yes.
Yes.
So I love video games. A lot of people love video games. Amazon, Christmas time, Black Friday, you usually get a lot of good sales, like brand new games are $20 at Best Buy, stuff like that. Amazon's doing their Black Friday sale early, and it's buy 2, get 1 free. So that's actually a good deal, considering some of these games are $60 for the games.
Are they
And
going to have them in stock?
we'll see how many they have in stock when it happens. Like one of the games is a new one, Guardians of the Galaxy, the new Call of Duty. There's just a ton of games here. Resident Evil, Assassin's Creed, and many, 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 many other games. So I know someone doesn't like Amazon.
What did you say? What?
But
I'm going to tune out. So I don't get
definitely worth
triggered.
picking up some games.
Well, here's
for
the
you
thing.
or for other people.
If
or
you think about
you want
it-
to buy a game for your favorite nerds on the show to play for you, we'll accept them. We'll play them.
I'm gonna say this, okay? This year, with all of the transportation issues, with 250,000 containers stuck on the docks in California, with everything that's going on with that, with 80 ships, floating off the coast, unable to get in, physical goods are going to be very, very hard to get. So if there's anything you want to get now for
Buy
your
it now.
favorite nerd, buy it now. Do not wait until Black Friday, because the law of supply and demand says that you'll be waiting for a
So-
5% discount. However, digital goods
So
will
talk
not have
about
an
buy it
issue.
before Black Friday. So Target, Walmart, Best Buy, all three honor the money back guarantee thing. So I've used it before at GameStop. I knew it was the PS4 was going to go on sale for Black Friday. I bought it 2 weeks earlier so I could go back after Black Friday and get the difference back. All of them are doing it, and they all are actually doing it. If you buy it now, you have till the end of the year. If it goes on sale any cheaper, you get the money back.
Yeah, and I know that this is a big thing with Amazon, but a lot of the retailers right now are offering Black Friday sales early.
Yeah.
They've
Yep.
already started them because of what's going on.
And it's good because now Target, Walmart, Best Buy, they're all saying, hey, we're not actually going to open now on Thanksgiving.
Which is
Because
nice.
it used to be Black
Yes.
Friday was Black Friday, 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning. Then it started getting earlier, 3 in the morning, 2 in the morning, midnight. Then it became, a few years ago, 1 in the afternoon on Thanksgiving. That was complete crap.
Right.
To make your employees work on a holiday you're trying to spend with your family. Like, oh, no, sorry, Mom, Dad, I can't have turkey dinner with you. I got to go back because I got to wake up in a few hours for work. So it's good to see them, all the businesses closing for that.
Yeah, the power of the almighty dollar.
Yeah, but yeah, go shop Black Friday now. You can pull up all the ads online. I know I have, and I've been looking for gifts for everybody already.
Cool. All right. So we talked about Disney a little bit already tonight, but we're going to go back to Disney, and we're going to talk about Star Wars and the Space 220 restaurant. Did you guys go? Did you see it when you were there? Did either? Of you?
So-
I know it just opened.
It opened the day after we left Disney last time I was there. It opened, and I didn't even know about it, but it looks really cool, what I've seen.
It does. And my understanding
Expensive.
is if you don't know where it is, you're going to go right past it.
Yeah.
They've got it pretty
Clearly,
well
I
hidden.
did. Yeah.
So, all right, how much do you think it costs normally for a family of 4 to eat one meal at Disney?
Disney?
You're talking good $300 easy.
Well,
For one meal?
Yeah.
For a
yeah.
regular meal?
no.
Oh,
lunch.
wait. Define regular meal. Are we talking about one of the restaurants that you have to book a reservation for? Or are we talking
Even
about
that.
one
Let's-
of the little hamburger stands in
Let's-
Peter Pan Land?
No. Let's talk about the drive-in cafe, okay, with burgers and fries, and you're in the car and you're watching the drive-in movies, okay.
Where is that?
It's a sit-down restaurant.
It's a sit-down restaurant in Hollywood Studios.
oh, I'm not
Okay.
right there.
Oh, it's awesome. But you're looking at probably $30 entrees. Okay, so you get a family of 4 with kids' meals. You look about $150 out the door for lunch.
But if you go to one of the restaurants that you actually got book reservations
That's
with,
what this is.
like Beauty and the Beast, there's another
That's
one
different.
in Epcot.
Dinner shows are different. Yes.
It's not a show. It's the
is it-
restaurant, Beauty and the Beast Castle. There's the restaurant in Epcot. You're looking $100 a person at that point.
Yeah, that'd be about right. So the point is, this is there's a space experience restaurant that I had no idea was even there. And you take a space elevator up to the space station where you are fed space-type food, which is actually normal food, but, with space names. They actually do have a vegetarian entree. I want to point that out right off the bat. Congratulations. And, kids love it, chicken nuggets. I guess the food is actually very well prepared. What I'm seeing here does not look like basically $70, $80 a plate, meals. But again, these people did order, the entire thing, including dessert. And it came to like, 170, no, 220. And then, of course, with a decent tip, you're up at 280 by the time you're done. 231.
That's the type of restaurant you don't actually get to pick your meals. It's all already prepared. So when you go there, you get
it has a fixed menu.
Yeah, it's a
you
fixed
get like
menu.
5
You can
entrees
pick
you can choose
options,
from.
Yeah.
but-
Five appetizers,
You pay
5
$80
entrees.
and you just
and you're
choose
in.
what's on there.
And that's really not bad, okay, for that. And that experience, I guess, is pretty amazing because one of the kids came off of there. And what was it he said? Did you catch it? The kid came off it and turned around and went, how come I can't see the elevator?
Right.
And he was just like, he couldn't conceive of the fact that he'd actually not gone to space.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Well,
which is what you want to
I
do
would
with your
still
kids.
do it.
You want to fool them.
I would definitely go to it, try it at least once.
Well, you're paying for the experience.
Yeah.
It's not just the
Right.
food. It's for the overall experience.
Exactly. And, so it's a ride with food is what it boils down to. And so that's what you get. Now, aside from that, I am working here trying to reopen the chat. We're having a little trouble here
So
online. Go ahead.
Netflix terminates Dave Chappelle's contract over his newest business venture. So I'm not a huge Chappelle fan. I did finally watch what happened a month ago with his special. So I did watch that, and he shouldn't have said what he said, comedy-wise, whatever, but yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, everything he said, if you watch the entire special, was couched within a context of, let's not tear people down for saying things like this, okay? And this is not meant in a harmful way. This is, everybody gets to be the butt of a joke. And so you don't get special protection. If you're doing something silly, prepare to be made fun of. And that's a comedian's job. Okay, that's what comedians do. That's what they've done forever. They're supposed to be equal opportunity offenders. And
But it's hard to do that
the point
in today's market.
All these, that's the point. It's hard to do in today's market. But and it shouldn't be. The point being, there was so much pressure on Netflix. He then basically inadvertently breached his contract by becoming involved with another brand.
Yeah.
Okay, a company he bought and started and found to be very important.
A CBD oil company.
A CBD oil company. And so then, bam, Netflix is like, oh, okay, sorry, you're gone.
I think
and that was it.
They just made up an excuse
They were
to do
excuse
it
hunting.
because
they would
what
definitely
was
have looked the other way.
Yeah.
Who was it? No, this isn't the first one in the last couple of weeks. Who was it? Woman got involved in a CBD thing, and she got booted for it.
And you can't say this is Netflix saying they don't back up that, because they had a popular TV show with Kathy Bates about marijuana growing. A funny little sitcom.
That's not it. It's the fact that the contract says you can't do it.
Yeah.
Regardless of what the product is. So Netflix found a way to get rid of Dave Chappelle. That's the bottom line.
So he'll sign a contract with HBO Max or Paramount or something and have his stuff on there.
Yep.
And
So
the
there's
sales
that.
are going to go through the roof.
Oh,
of
yeah,
his
they
CBD
definitely
oil
will now.
company.
Yep. So now I think we have another incredible trailer coming up.
A stranger trailer? A strange trailer?
A stranger trailer than the last one.
Stranger danger.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? This one here really just did not. I saw nothing here that this was not just maybe like, the great granddaughter of Enola Holmes. I mean that's where I was going with it. Except she's a vegetable. And so that actually means something. Not this mic, the good mic.
I even like
And
school now.
So
I have made
it's
lots
funny
of
because
friends.
they actually released the whole names of all the episodes.
Even so,
And which
I am
is
ready for
strange
spring
to
break.
do that.
Are they all Beach Boys songs? I just want to know.
mostly
No,
because
no.
I get to see
One of the
you.
episodes I can't remember the name, but it's a reference to a D&D character, and
We
it's
will
when
have the
it's an
best
evil wizard.
spring break ever.
Oh.
So we're thinking, what character played the wizard in their D&D games? Is he going to go evil and betray his friend?
That's a very neat concept because whatever's going on here, I'm glad they're taking it, to California, all right? Because
California's already a weird state.
yeah, but so imagine being stranger than California. But, that town they were in, they've had enough.
Yeah.
Okay, that town has seen enough action for the next century. So let's go ahead and let's drop this off at California's door.
Last week, we talked about Lock and Key because the new season came out.
Oh, I loved it.
So I never watched it until last week. And I'm like, John, pitch me the show, make me want to watch it. Mm-hmm. So him and Mark did.
Yep.
And I started watching it.
And what'd you think?
2 episodes from season 1 right now to end. And what I've watched so far, oh my God, I love this damn show.
Lock and Key is amazing.
Oh my God.
It is, I've seen all season 2 now. Okay, so I can assure you, it starts off and you're going, huh? What? Who? Why?
But even the first episode, I'm like, okay.
Boom, they do not skip a beat.
So then I started having questions, and I don't want the answer, like, why does Sean Ashmore's, or whoever Ashmore brother it is that's in it, why can't he remember the childhood? Why did the mom forget going into the mirror when she came out? Like, then you find out she's an alcoholic, and it's like, okay, but...
No, have you seen season 2?
I've seen a couple episodes.
Please don't ruin it yet.
But the fact of the matter is,
I was just going to say, no. All I was going to say is to answer Mike's question, you're going to get your answer about the memories in season 2.
Oh, okay, good.
It is massive a plot element. That's all I was going to say.
So
so no, you find out everything about that, and it's incredible. It's very well written. It's a great world. And who was it wrote? Was this Stephen King's?
His son.
Yeah, his son.
Yeah.
Okay, Junior, otherwise known as Indiana King. No, and so no, it's definitely a well-conceived, well-assembled plot put together.
Yeah, I've been happy with it.
And the story, the world, everything. I mean, everything down to the house is explained. It's fantastic, and you get so into it, and the characters are so good. And I will say this, just so you know, the setup for season 3. Holy crap.
Yeah,
See,
don't
I'm
say
happy
anymore.
they're
I haven't seen the rest of season 2
I'm happy
yet.
they're doing more because
Yeah.
I can't wait to finish it. 'Cause
Yes.
The last episode I watched is the one where I want to say the kid that killed their parents, his dad, when he thought that he died, but he's a ghost outside now and the door got closed on him.
Yeah.
That was the last episode I got to watch.
Oh, yeah. Well, you have a lot coming. That's all I can say is it does not get worse.
That's good to
Okay?
know.
Congratulations. So there we go. That's Lock and Key. And I really wanted to be here last week because I finished season 2. And I was so excited to talk about it, but that just didn't work. So let's see. We have that.
By next week, I'll have season 2 done, and we all can talk about.
And we all can talk about the whole
You're giving
thing.
me my homework, too, because I haven't finished season 2. So.
Yeah, it is worth every minute of it. Let's see.
Hey, have any of you seen The Eternals yet? Because with the family reunion this weekend, I didn't get
What
to go
about
see
Arcane? No, I have not watched Eternals. What about
Eternals? No, I haven't.
Okay, Arcane's getting really phenomenal right? So I started watching it, and it looks pretty intense. It is kind of, I don't want to say it's in the same style as Star Wars Visions, but it's got that kind of depth and complexity to it.
So I saw they announced officially, too, the new Star Wars animated Nickelodeon one is greenlit for season 2. They
What was
announced
the
it
first
today.
one?
The Nickelodeon, I forgot what it's called. We talked about it last week.
Okay, yeah.
But it's the one...
Star Wars or Star Trek?
Star Trek, I mean.
Okay.
Prodigy.
Is that the Nickelodeon one?
Yes.
For the
Yes.
kids?
Yes.
Yeah, that got greenlit for season 2.
I watched the first episode. It was long. It's like a 2-hour. They cram them both together, part 1 and 2. And so I slept through the middle, woke up, and didn't miss anything. So, yeah.
We can tell how much you liked it.
Nah, it was late at night. I was on hold with the hosting company, trying to get some work done. So 11 o'clock at night, I decided to turn on Prodigy. But so it definitely it was a lot deeper, a lot hardcore than I expected. Okay, that was surprising. The whole setup for it, who they are, what's happened to them, the fact that they bring back the Medusans. I mean, they bring back a lot of stuff from classic Trek. For those of you who don't remember what a Medusan is, there was an episode of Star Trek in which they had to transport this alien being in a big gray box, and Spock forgot to put his visor on. and it drove him mad, and that's what Medusans do. Anyone who looks at one goes mad. And so we end up with a character that's a Medusan. And I was like, wow, where is this going? I totally forgot they even existed.
Any tribbles?
Not yet, but I haven't seen the menu never mind.
So we got a few minutes. I can talk about.
Well, no, we have a trailer. No, we don't.
we don't.
We already did that one.
Yeah, we already did it.
You're right, we already did it.
So leaks of the new Spider-Man movie showed up today.
Oh.
So
Leeks as in the vegetable?
yes.
Okay, that's it.
So
Spider-Man eats leeks.
everything people have been wanting and assumed was going to be in it are pretty much confirmed now. There was a photo of Spider-Man, Aunt May, Happy, and a certain lawyer sitting at the table.
Oh my God, Matt!
And it's
Matt is there.
the Netflix version. Him.
I've met him. This is so cool.
Then-
and unfortunately, we have no pictures here to show, do we?
No.
Oh,
Then
goodness
there's
gracious.
also another photo of all three Spider-Mans.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. So we know the multiverse is definitely a big deal now.
Oof.
So this is going to be good. Everybody's
Wow.
excited. And
Oh, I mean, it's just a natural. I love the fact that they're taking this universe and doing. There we go. Look at that. I got 3 Spideys.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
yeah.
That is incredible. I mean, I am so psyched to have all 3 of them together because I never wanted to pick one over the others. They're all different.
So
But if
also-
we've got Matt Murdock at the table, I am so in.
So people are wondering because
And we got Jessica Jones under the table, right? Passed out drunk? No, that's right. She can't get that drunk. Okay.
because of Venom, for the people I'm spoiling.
I hope we're
at
not
the
gonna
end
get
of
3
Venom,
Venom.
you see Tom Hardy and sitting on a couch, and like a flash of light hits, and they're transported into the multiverse. And there's a thing on TV of J. Jonah talking about Peter Parker as Spider-Man, and we're back in that universe. So is Venom going to show up in this movie? Because now they set it up.
Wow. All right, so I got to go catch up on all my Spider-Man stuff because this
Yeah,
is
no
looking
kidding.
good. I actually did not watch any of the newer Spider-Man movies because I didn't want to have to pick.
Yeah.
I really liked that movie in the way it was.
So,
and so
I'm excited.
yeah.
Multiverse, Deadpool.
If
not
they're going to
Deadpool.
cross them up. Oh my God, putting Deadpool in the Spider-Man
that-
movie.
Well, he's already said Ryan Reynolds wants to be it because he wants to be Spider-Man's boyfriend.
Right. No.
Why not?
No. Because.
And that's how we're ending today.
Good night,
Deadpool,
everyone.
Spider-Man's
That's a
Thanks for
boyfriend.
visual
joining
you
us.
didn't need. Do not hang on to that one for a week. We will see y'all later, and have a great, great
Have a
week.
good weekend.
Take care.